The financial system just keeps getting worse.
The popular Cash App said it would fine users who promoted misinformation.
Last week, PayPal, a company that facilitates financial transactions, announced that it would impose a morality tax on its users. This is fine. PayPal has long had an acceptable use policy, but in this recent update,
the company expanded its use policy to include prohibiting customers from sending, posting, or publishing any messages, content, or materials that promote misinformation. It included a $2,500 fine for each violation.
The changes were set to go into effect in a few weeks, and when they were initially reported on, there was, rightly so, outcry from the public. Former PayPal CEO David Marcus called the action insane and said it goes against everything he believes in. Co-founder of PayPal, Elon Musk, agreed. The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, or FIRE, said when these companies appoint themselves the arbiters of what speech and views are acceptable, shutting people and organizations out of the online financial ecosystem for wrongthink, they seriously undermine our culture of free expression. PayPal immediately backtracked.
After a significant backlash, PayPal says a controversial policy it put out last week was a mistake.
They said the misinformation language was never intended to be inserted in their policy. It's not like they have a giant legal team reviewing everything they say with a fine-tooth comb before it goes out.
That's the funniest damn thing I've ever heard!
But some of the policies that consumers were upset about have remained, including a section that says fines can still be incurred for intolerance. PayPal stocks plummeted in response.
PayPal stock has fallen 15% over the last 3 days.
Visits to PayPal's cancellation page soared by over 500%. But here's the thing, most of the people leaving PayPal are probably going to use some similar service without realizing that the whole existing financial system has been weaponized, and this isn't unique to PayPal. In 2010, Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal infamously suspended payments to WikiLeaks after the nonprofit began to expose war crimes and government corruption. In 2021, OnlyFans announced that it would start banning sexually explicit content, which is the whole point of the platform, citing pressure from banking partners and payout providers. Entire industries like medical marijuana have been targeted and cut off from the financial system at the DOJ's request. There have been free speech organizations cut off from payment services, independent media outlets blocked. Are you a privacy advocate that supports privacy tools like Tor? You might be targeted too. And just this week, Kanye West was told that he and his business could no longer use Chase Bank. The list goes on and on. Unfortunately, we live in a world where organizations that defend freedoms, challenge mainstream narratives, or hold governments accountable for corruption are cut off from the payment rails of society. It's a very real and very dangerous way of controlling speech and curtailing individual choice. As FIRE said, access to online payment systems is crucial for organizations that rely on financial support for their expressive activity. It's essential to content creators' ability to earn a living, to websites and other businesses' ability to raise revenue, to fundraising by political candidates and non-profit organizations, and to everyday Americans' ability to consume content and support causes that they believe in. When payment processing services act as political hall monitors or moral arbiters deciding what speech and viewpoints are out of bounds, they present a grave threat to free expression. And it's not as simple as saying that these financial institutions are private companies and they can do what they want. The government heavily controls the financial space and targets financial institutions that don't toe the line. Operation Chokepoint is a clear example of the insidious relationship between government and finance. It was a very secretive initiative created by the DOJ that intended to choke off entire industries from financial services by pressuring banks and intermediaries to close accounts of people in these industries. The idea was that without an ability to process payments, these businesses can't survive. The government also makes it incredibly difficult for new financial institutions to enter the space and provide competition. So we end up with just a handful of behemoths who are able to dictate policies about what types of speech will and won't be acceptable online. As FIRE noted, consumer choice in finance borders on illusory, and that's actually a huge reason why Bitcoin was first created. The original cypherpunks wanted a payment system that wasn't controlled by the government, that was permissionless, precise and uncensorable. I know there are still many skeptics about crypto who watch the channel because they see the volatility and how confusing it all is, and I completely get that. But you may be missing the value proposition of crypto. It's the separation of money and state. It's financial freedom. Anyone can have access to these payment rails. As the traditional financial system becomes increasingly egregious in overstepping and curtailing speech and choices, uncensorable money like crypto will become even more important. We now have electronic payment methods where you don't need permission from your bank to access your own money, and that's an incredibly powerful tool. So should you stop using PayPal? Well, if you're simply swapping it out for just another financial institution that uses controlled and surveilled payment rails, you're still part of a system that can cut you off at any time. I do think that PayPal's actions are among the worst right now because they're the only ones instituting a morality tax, but the whole system is corrupt and controlled. We currently accept PayPal donations at nbtv so that we can keep producing free videos to educate you about privacy. But one day, maybe PayPal will decide to cut us off too. We're exploring other donation options for our website, but we also accept crypto and have done so for almost a decade. We highly encourage you to start exploring alternative payment methods that put you back in control of your money and your choices. The technology is here, we just have to use it.